Hello everybody! Now I'm sure you all know that the latest series of motherboards has finally entered the market. So it's just logically right that AORUS has also launched its own line of motherboards. With me today is the Z790 AORUS Master Motherboard. So without further ado, it's flexing time! Before we dive right into the details, let's do a quick unboxing of this motherboard. So let's go! Okay, it comes in a black box, typical motherboard box. Open up! Ta-da! You get your motherboard. Okay, so there's nothing on top, so you will only get your motherboard over here. Big and chunky boy, pretty heavy too. So then you will get stickers, free stickers for those collectors, your user manual. Then you have two compartments. So here is your PCA. Your PC speaker. These are your temperature sensors, 4-pin RGB extension cable, your G connector. Then onto the left side is your two SATA cables. And lastly, your Wi-Fi antennas. And that is everything in the box. The Gigabyte Z790 AORUS Master Motherboard comes with an Intel LJ1700 socket to be able to slot in my Intel Core i9-1300K processor. And since many of you know that Intel changes their processor socket roughly every 2 generations or so, this motherboard can totally fit your 12th and 13th gen Intel CPUs. The motherboard comes in a blackish gray color with black PCBs and VRM heatsinks, while the grayish hues come from the heatsinks covering the M.2 sockets, chipsets, and also the audio over here. In terms of RGB, it does come with it, but it is rather limited as it only features RGBs over here. I personally think that if you are looking for a more quiet build with lesser RGB bling, then this should be your calling. In terms of power delivery, this board comes with 23 phases and 20 of that is dedicated to V-Core only, which technically means that the 20 MOSFETs is to solely take care of the processor, allowing it to support my Intel Core i9-13900K processor without any issues. For all your needs and usage, it comes with 4 DIMM DDR5 slots, 1 M.2 PCIe 5.0 slots, and 4 M.2 PCIe 4.0 slots. To ease your life in building a PC, you can also take advantage of the M.2 Easy Latch patch over here and the PCIe Easy Latch Plus over here. These two easy latches will make assembling and disassembling a breeze. This thingy over here is the Hi-Fi audio powered by DTS:X Ultra. This is to ensure that the audio is smooth and clear. This motherboard also supports Wi-Fi 6E and Marvel Action 10 Gigabit Ethernet LAN, making sure that there is no lag and delay in terms of Wi-Fi signal. The SmartFan 6, on the other hand, can take advantage of the cables I took out just now, like the multiple temperature sensors to keep the temperature in check, and hybrid fan headers with fan stop and noise detection, ensuring that your PC does not become too chaotic, as I'm pretty sure that you are chaotic enough. In terms of connectivity, this motherboard comes with a Q Flash Plus button, a clear CMOS button, 2 SMA antenna connectors, 1 DisplayPort, 1 USB Type-C port with USB 3.2 Gen 1 support, 2 USB Type-C ports with USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 support, 7 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-A ports, 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, an RJ45 Ethernet port, an optical SPDIF out connector, and 2 audio jacks. A pretty decent number of ports, which is sure to be more than enough for your setup. Let's go play some games, shall we? So, with the help of my Intel Core i9-13900K processor, the game I'm playing, which is God of War right now, actually has better performance and it actually increases my frame rates as well. Now, obviously, you cannot expect the CPU to just work on its own without a motherboard, right? Which is why the choice of motherboard for this CPU is the Gigabyte Z790 AORUS Master Motherboard, which I showed you all just now. Now, I'm playing God of War and I don't know where I'm going, but the frame rates are good and the performance is great, so it's smooth as hell too. Win-win, I guess. Okay, so just now we played God of War. I also tried out Cyberpunk 2077. Now, the reason being is because these two games are known to be one of the most power demanding games in the market. Currently, there are obviously more, but I chose this two because that's what we have. And what better way to test the chemistry between a CPU and a GPU rather than playing on the best, right? So as you guys can see here, I'm trying to find Jackie. But the game does perform really well too though. Like, you can actually see that it does not lag, it's still smooth despite being like a freaking power-hungry game. I think it's still pretty decent. In all honesty, I think this motherboard is a step up from the Z690 motherboard despite looking almost identical. If you don't believe me, then let's let the benchmark result do the talking. As always, this is your favorite Flexing Queen Rose, signing off. Bye-bye!